Solid ground, solid
Solid
ground.
ground.
What
Hey
up? What up? What up? What up?
y'all.
What's going on, y'all? What's happening? Welcome to Solid Ground. I am your host, the most solid man. Al. Solid. Now, today I have my very beautiful, special co-host, my wife, God's daughter, Shishi. Hey, baby.
Hey y'all.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, love.
I am Shishi and I am also a streamer on here. SH3. You can find me, GD, God's daughter. I have a Bonnets and Bibles on Saturdays that we just moved to TikTok. But if you follow me on here, then the link and everything is all in my bio. We also do Bible studies on Tuesdays. It's like a box party with me and my husband on here. And also on the other side on TikTok, So just follow me on both platforms. Yeah,
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 absolutely. You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? And for all those that don't know, every Sunday after this featured show, we do a sermon,
Yes,
which is also going to be aired on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
you
Sunday
guys stay
evening
tuned. You know what
service.
I'm saying? Because we are most definitely out here serving the lizard. You know what I'm
Yeah, we talking
saying?
about the fruits too, y'all.
And yeah, we talking about the fruits of the spirit today.
Yeah, this week
Now,
is we on patience, right?
yes, we
Yeah,
are
we
on
on
patience
patience.
this week. Patience is the fourth fruit of the spirit.
Third,
Third,
love.
joy, peace, and patience.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's the
fourth,
fourth.
fourth.
Now. Welcome to another episode of Solid Ground. This this February here, we're gonna just be tapping into relationships, having conversations. The box is open for those that want to join our conversation and just
Mm-hmm.
pick each other's brain about, last week we had that was I'm trying to freestyle off the top of my head, but it was literally um how to build a solid it was Bella in a Rainmaker, but
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the title. You
it
know what I'm
was
saying?
polit.
No, that wasn't the title, but yeah. So building building it was building a solid relationship or something like that. It was building yeah. So y'all know
Y'all,
what we're talking
I
about.
hope y'all didn't miss that. It's streaming on YouTube right
No,
now. It's airing.
actually, there were complications.
What?
Yes, but we know how the Most High
Okay.
work, so we just gonna say we know
Yeah.
how the Most High work. We know how God work, and He might, it was it's because think about it, right? Conversations are healthy to have.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we respect what everybody, what they got going on. You know what I mean? That's your walk, baby. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. Now,
But
but
God is in
the
control of all of it.
promotion part, God was like, we just ain't gonna promote it. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Because
go
I
ahead,
know
y'all laughing.
I know a lot of people came in there like,
It was a great conversation though.
yeah, it
Like we
was.
had a great conversation, and
It was.
there's nothing wrong with good conversation because we
Yeah.
at the same time we keep our, it's not like we were persuaded into anything. No.
Yeah,
But it was
no.
good things
And I
to
pray
know.
nobody else was
Right,
either,
right.
you
Especially not on my
know.
account. You know what I mean? If you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Not on my spiritual account. I don't need that. But you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
today, I'm gonna be picking my wife's brain. She's gonna be picking my brain a little
Okay.
bit. And anyone else that wants to join. You know what I'm saying? But um today's topic is love through the seasons.
Ooh.
Love throughout the seasons.
And Lord knows we go through many seasons in
Man, you go
relationships.
through a
Bing,
lot of them. You do. You do.
bing.
And it seems like all the time, all year round, there is a fire season. You know what I'm saying? Like California wildfires around this joint.
Yeah, it's
It
definitely
can
fire
be.
season, drought season, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Honeymoon season.
Yeah. We can
Yeah,
have all
it's a
types of
lot of
seasons.
yeah, it's a lot of different ones. And so what can you do to keep it
I mean, let me start like this, since we're already talking. So, what
okay?
does that mean to you? What does love through the season? What's the first thing that comes to your brain
The first thing
when you
comes
hear that? When I say loving through the seasons.
loving through the seasons mean through any seasons because I know some seasons as above, so below, so within, so without. So speaking on seasons, you have your summer where it's hot, it's a drought. Things might get a little hot. Then you
Sticky
have
and uncomfortable.
yeah, and then you have like where your rainy season, you know what I'm saying? Um but either let me break it down like this so I can be a little bit more quick with it, just like a farmer, um, where you plant things and then you have to wait for things to harvest and trust in the process. I feel like that's what it is with the seasons on loving as well. Sometimes we'll plant stuff and we just have to trust the process on it growing
Mm-hmm.
and staying together through the drought,
Mm-hmm.
while we're waiting on things to bloom.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like I said, it'd be rainy. You grab your umbrella. It'd be hot and sweaty. Put on summer clothes and grab a water bottle or something. Stay
Mm-hmm.
hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking metaphorically speaking. Um, so yeah, you just have to be prepared for each season. Make sure you got your gear right, your armor on for
Uh-huh.
each season, and
I
you
mean,
know,
because yes.
yeah.
And I feel like this is the thing, right?
Depend on where you at too.
No. Hey, dig this though. Dig this because you just helped me out right now. Now, for me, when I think of that, right, you got to think of like, especially for us, right,
Right.
and or I'm just gonna say for newlyweds, okay, I'm gonna say for folks that brought this fresh in there because I think that's when the storms are actually and the weather and the seasons can be very rocky for you if you don't have solid ground
Absolutely.
because that can be the point. Those
Bing, bing,
are the
bing.
moments that you're starting to learn what we're doing. There, we're growing, okay, and we're growing. Understand the fact that we are growing. So because we are growing in the harvest, we have to. If we make it past those first 4 seasons, then you start to learn to prepare for the next following seasons that come in the years to come. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Kind of like budgeting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
okay, we know that things are going to happen. We know that we're going to have miscommunication. That is almost inevitable
Right.
to have a miscommunication in relationships.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Sometimes we'll be saying something in our head and swear up and down we didn't say it out loud.
Right.
And we sitting back like, yo, but I don't know. I didn't know that. But like, how did you know? You
Right.
know what I mean? So I feel like, that's what it is actually when I hear love through the seasons, that you stick it out, that you prepare, that you have to know that the seasons will change.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And every season isn't a good season, y'all. Y'all got to think about that. We have wild winters. You know what I'm saying? And that's just speaking in, in not metaphorically, but in the physical realm of seasons, that it is different, different weather can definitely lead to
Yeah,
different
it
attitudes.
and then it also depends on where you at, what I'm saying, in life, just like where you at in your, how the seasons may come because some
Uh-huh.
people might be in weather where they get tsunamis or,
Yeah.
hurricanes. And then some people might be where they at to where they get tornadoes, where you are mentally speaking of
And
exactly.
that's important.
So that's what we're talking about. Like mentally, you might be in this area. Mentally, you
That's a
might be in
weather.
that area. Exactly.
Yeah, so we can
The
consider
weather
that the weather.
is your
Yeah. Your mental,
mentality
your mental
and like where your
yeah.
spirit is, like where you're at. You know what I mean? So Some people might be living
Yes.
over here doing this and you living over here doing this. So you're
Right.
not experiencing that type of weather where they're experiencing over here. So it's just like,
And it's
are you gonna move to a better
yeah, how do we
situation?
get you to a better location? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
In your marriage,
In
in
your
your
mental
relationship.
space,
Yeah.
in that space, in
Far
that
as in
season.
love,
Yes.
as far as in relationships,
Hmm.
what type of space you're in.
And that's where, communication, of course, we know that that is big. So that's where
I think
communicating,
communication is big, but only if you have the other two C's with it. Communication,
consistency,
no, communication,
competence,
communication,
uh-huh,
comprehension,
comprehension,
and compromise.
and
Those are three
compromise.
big
Triple
ones. Yeah,
C's.
you got to get the triple C. You got to have that
Not
in
Carol City
relationships.
Cartel, but
Yeah.
yes. Yes, 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 yes. We get it.
Okay,
We
so
get it.
you definitely gotta have yes, compromise is big. That's huge because compromise doesn't mean like, okay, well, you do this my way and then that's that. No, you have to compromise, you have to do things you really don't want to do at times for the sake of love. But when you look at First Corinthians 13, it tells you, you know what I'm saying, what love is. And that's a huge part of compromising. If y'all haven't read that in First Corinthians 13, because you have to endure all, you have to bear all. So I gotta bear with them. I gotta bear that comes with it, and I have to endure that, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of love. Because let's say that you're with somebody, you could be with somebody that hasn't, and you have the ability to show that type of
Yeah,
love.
I was just thinking right now that compromise also means that yes, I'm used to doing something this way,
But
but
I'm
it
gonna do it
doesn't
this
mean
way.
that I have to continue to do it that way.
Right.
Compromise means I'll try it your way.
And that's what equally yoked means. And equally yoked is like, let's say that I'm bad with finances, but he's good at finances. And so he is here to level me out. But I also have to be willing to compromise,
Hmm.
willing to learn, willing to elevate that I am struggling in. But
Hmm.
he's put in my life to, that's what makes you equally yoked. Because if I'm good at that and you're bad at that, but you're willing to learn and you're willing to compromise for the greater good, then yes, that's when you become equally yoked. And but it's a mind frame as well, like we said, depending on where you at in your
But that's like the
location.
pastor said today.
Um,
Today at church, what did he say? He said, okay, so what they fall short here, maybe in two places, three places. What if you were put in that person's life to give them that?
I literally just spoke about this before we even went to church or anything. I literally just spoke about this when I read First Corinthians 13. I think Sheeta U was in the live as well. And we talked about this for a couple of days. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Maybe, and then when I was saying I was probably put in a little transparency here. I was put in my husband's life because we were going through some stuff. And I was like, before I give up, I'm going to go in my war room last week. Right.
Hmm.
So I said, okay, God, what do you want? What do you want? Right. So we're in this season of a tornado. Okay. Let's say we in Texas season right now. Tornadoes category 5. Okay. So, and we don't have no basement.
We ain't got no bomb shelter.
We ain't got no
We
basement.
ain't got no
Okay.
evacuation room.
Imagine that during the type of season that we were in. I was like, okay, God, like before I just give up, I will go to a war. So I'm going to war around the house and I open my Bible and I go to First Corinthians 13. And as I'm reading it, it's talking about love, enduring all, love is patient, love is kind, it don't boast, it ain't puffed all up, you know what I'm saying, trying to be right. Da, 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 da. So it just explains all the things of love. And I'm like, well, the part where it says endure and bear all, I just thought like maybe sometimes we're put in people's life to show them that type of physical love
Mhm.
because we getting the love from our Father who are in heaven, right?
And that's
And
the
a lot of
first
people,
person we ever get
yes.
it from.
And once you really find that love from your creator, you'll find that love from God. It's like, okay, how do you work in your kingdom relationships into the relationships that you are now? So it's just like, okay, well, God was telling me that my husband never experienced, nor have I, this type of First Corinthians
Facts.
13 kind of love.
Facts.
So therefore, I am to put that out there so my husband can experience it. And when I give it to him, I receive it back. That's the part of being a helpmate. So that was the season we in. So that right there, doing that on purpose is us going to the basement, is us taking shelter when the storm is coming. So that is how you take shelter in those seasons, by applying this word, by
and and
applying
and
the love. You know what I mean?
and
It's all
and
about love.
and just I mean really quick, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to Solid Ground.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This is season 2, episode 5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm Solid, and this is my wife Shishi.
Yes. Hi.
Um Today we are just, bringing up talking points of loving through the
Yeah.
seasons.
Goya said that. I always think about that. Why are people placed in my life at the time they're placed? That could be it.
Yeah, no, because sometimes it be that quick like wake up call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people literally come in for a couple days.
Facts.
Literally. Like for
Yeah.
real.
You got a quick rain season. Like it was just raining outside. Then you go back outside, it's sunny, and then you go back
And
out and it's
and the
snowing.
important part is that if she wasn't, if she didn't have that, because listen, I don't have that trait. Like as so far as it's like not, I don't look at it as I'm about to go to war. She does. You hear what I'm saying? So now I participate in the war,
Yeah.
but I don't look. So if she was to do the opposite of that, then it just wouldn't work because I'm at a place where I I'm I'm just like this. Well, I'm trusting God. I know whatever it is exactly what
Right.
that is. Not saying she's not there, but
Right.
me, I'm quick. You know what I'm saying? To
So
no worry.
if I'm at war, he's aligned because technically we're here for helpmate, right? As a weaker
Hmm.
vessel, so we're here to helpmate. If I was doing anything opposite of what I just said, it would trigger him to go another way.
To go another way.
That's just how it works. That's the power that we have, and we can only use that power as women if we use self control, if we use love and self control. In 1 Corinthians 13, it teaches you how to do that. Like we have
Hmm.
to do that on purpose even when our husbands are puffed up, even when they seem a little mean or whatever the case may be. Because let's face it, they're God fearing men and ain't all that bad, or you wouldn't have married them. You know what I'm saying? So as our job to do that, if we do anything other than that, it's going to make the situation worse. So sometimes you have to just bear with it and trust the process. And I tell him, I say it all the time, I snitch on him to Jesus really fast. But I also obedient into where my
I
place
be
is.
telling on her too.
But I'm also obedient to where my place is. So if I didn't take shelter in love and burn that and enduring that and
Yeah.
showing that, it's gonna make him it helps him as well, you know what I'm saying, with his reactions, with his things.
Hmm.
Because if I do anything other than love or other than what God say, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, it's going to because
And
that's
it
not what
does
God
not,
is
it never
asking anyway.
works.
And he's not asking of me to
Yeah.
go on one. That's not what he
Find the
wants.
joy in everything, through the good and the bad. Exactly. And when I
You
don't
have
find
to.
joy, I'm not blaming it on my husband. I'm not blaming it on God. I'm casting out the enemy. Like I'm
Hmm.
going ham in here. You can't have my marriage. You can't have my husband. You can't have my kids. Get up out of here. I be
Hmm.
going ham with that book. You hear me?
Yeah, it's important. It's important.
Yes.
It's important in
Yeah, you
relationships
gotta stay
to
strong.
understand that there is seasons.
Right. If you want to be a power couple, you have to endure your
There
power.
is seasons.
That
In the
is your
summer,
power.
you don't strap up with hoodies and boots in the summer. You do that
Right.
during winter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it gets cold for you, you got to be prepared to be warm. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And let's say that's spending a little more quality time together. Now, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
might be, hey, let's make more time this season round. I know we've been busy for a minute, but let's make a little bit more time to just sit down and watch TV. Let's just sit down and chill. You know what I mean? Like we've been doing that every weekend now. Like it's my wife put a big TV in the living room, and now the kids can't have it all to themselves. So now
Right.
we
Now we
be in
have
there
family time.
and we'll all go to sleep. We was all asleep a couple
Mm.
hours ago in the living room, watching TV.
After I
We all
cooked
ate
and
real
we,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's those things right there. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
it was more of a not waking up in a fuss. Like you wake up and you like, oh, look at them over there sleeping.
Yeah.
I was over here drooling. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
wake up like,
Yeah. When
you know what
you,
I'm saying? And
yeah,
it's like, and it's just different things to make those
those are
seasons.
the after effects of actually showing love.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get
Yeah.
full on love, you do that. You pass out like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Food ain't the only thing that brings you itis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
Hey, shout out to everybody out there. Hey, if
Bing,
y'all
bing,
don't know,
bing.
right? Check it out. I got the new line of hats. Well, we got the new line of hats. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Boom. You know
Y'all
what I'm
know my
saying?
favorite slogan.
Grounded, no
How
punishment.
you doing? She grounded,
Merch
no
on deck.
punishment.
I got the gospel department on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. This one of them,
All
you know what I'm
handcrafted
saying?
by the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So y'all make sure y'all tap in with us. I got about 5 different trucker hats right now on
Yeah.
deck. This is an exclusive one here.
Yeah.
This is her exclusive line. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So, make sure y'all tap in. Oh, and that way but yeah, tap in, you know what I mean? Because that's what we got going on. So um let's tap into another talking point. Do anybody have something they want to add to that? You know what I mean? I got a couple
Yeah.
talking points here.
Mm.
Marimar, Marimar. Is that how you say it?
Maria,
Mary Moore.
Maria.
Oh yeah, that sounds Filipino-ish.
Oh,
It
okay.
sounds Filipino-ish. I might be right. I
You
might be
might be
right.
right. You
I
might be
might be right.
right.
You
And
know what
then
I'm
when?
saying? I might be right.
Greetings and blessings to all. Blessings to
Yeah.
you.
How you doing, Marimar?
Yeah, we are talking about love right now
So,
and the seasons.
um, we're definitely
You're right, Papa. Bing,
huh.
bing, bing.
Oh, I'm right. Okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Been around quite a few my whole
Yeah.
life, so it's a little,
Yeah.
easy to identify.
We go to a Filipino
Now,
church.
yeah, well, this is a lot of Filipinos in our church.
It's
Yeah, yeah. We changing the culture.
yeah. We're gonna just say minority church. Exactly where we
It's
are.
definitely
Yeah.
absolutely. My source says
Say
no. You
no.
see that? My source says
Okay.
no.
All right, fine.
Okay, so what if we were to what if we were to give these seasons, let's use spring for instance, right?
Right.
New beginnings and growth. Because that's what spring
Yeah.
is a time where there's new beginnings and growth. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
what does that
Well, in a
how does that
relationship,
sound to you? What's the first thing to come to your mind?
first thing in my mind is relationships. I might not be the same person I am today in 6 months. I'm going to grow in some type of way. And it's up to like, are we fit to embrace that? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Or you know what I'm saying? As long as we keep finding each other and falling in love, you know what I'm saying, and trust in the process and having that union and understanding why we're in this and it's
Hmm.
bigger than just us, then of course, because our relationship is different because we have a kingdom relationship. So I can only speak on kingdom relationships. I can't speak on toxic relationships. I can't speak on
Yeah.
any other
Mm-mm.
relationships. I can only speak on kingdom couple relationships that put the Lord first.
Yeah, that are driven by the man.
Right, that is driven, that have
Yeah.
that puts God before everything else, even before ourselves. So with that being said,
And you know what? But I think that is the part where because it's a kingdom relationship, right?
right.
Hey, 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 hey,
Hi
amen.
Blue.
How you doing, Blue? How you doing? But because it's a kingdom relationship, that's where we growing together. Because you have a
Mhm.
lot of relationships that,
Right.
yeah, one person is growing.
We so with
And those are the
kingdom,
ones that be hectic because only one person is growing or one
right.
person is attempting to grow. Let's say
And that's
attempting.
right. And I can't visualize that. I can't think that because I have
Can't
such a
flourish.
tunnel vision, right?
Yeah.
I have such a narrow vision when it comes to me and God, and everything else follows, right?
Mhm.
So, with that being said, any true kingdom couple relationship, people look at, oh, they power couples, or they this or that. Our power comes from greater is within, right? Greater
Mhm.
is in within than of this world. So our power comes from the sources, from the main source, which is God. So we have no choice but to grow. It's impossible for us to be the same that we are now even tomorrow. So just imagine 6 months down the line or 3 months down the line, things are going to be new.
Yes.
God is always going to show things new. We're always going to go through new situations, new trials, new tribulations. But our tribulations and our trials is producing patience, is producing growth, is producing our character.
It's in
So it's
it's
like I don't know what the future holds, but I do know it's
we
good.
know it's good. We
Right.
know
I
it's
know
good.
it's good. And I know that crooked paths, any type of crooked paths is being made straight. So that's new for me. You know what I mean?
'Cause, you know, love
Um,
thrives when partners embrace renewal and
right.
personal growth. You have to,
Yeah,
you
we're gonna
have to, you
grow.
have to, you have to embrace that. You know, because come on now, we all know, and we all done been in situations before
Yeah.
where people we
Hmm.
was around is the biggest haters to our growth.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest haters to our growth. You know what I mean? And it's important that we always stay, especially when you're talking about God has placed someone in your life.
Experience
That
is
is a
part of personal
difference. You
development.
didn't pick them.
Exactly. So we have no choice but to experiment. Exactly. Like right now is an
Experience
experiment.
is part of the growth.
Experience is anything that you experience. Each second you experiencing. So like it's kind of like we have no choice but to grow.
Yeah, because you know, because you always end up learning. And the thing is that you'll literally be like, well, when you start doing that.
Now,
You like, hold on, but I know you. And when you start doing that, I just did it
now where you
now.
growing,
You like, okay, that's where the growth is at.
the growth is not the problem. It's where you grow up at. So if you're stuck in bitterness and you're growing up there, that's a problem.
Unforgiveness
So
in
the
your
pit,
heart.
right? It's just like different hoods, depending on where you grow up at. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
everybody's gonna grow. So are you in this hood or are you in this hood? You know what I'm saying? Are
You
you
can't
in
be, yeah,
bitterness or
yeah.
are you in love? Are you in joy or are you in temporary happiness? Like what are you like? You know what I mean? Like
Where
what are
you
you
from?
growing up? Yeah, where you
Who
from?
sent you?
Where you growing up at? Like your growth in the
Yo.
your growth and your development, it depends on where you're staying at.
Your
That's the
surroundings,
reason
yeah.
why I don't stay in bitterness. I don't keep bad company. It's the reason why I don't stay in those places because I'm not trying to go. I'm not from
Which
there no
which
more.
is which is like an example, y'all.
Yeah.
Check this out. A snake, if you keep it inside of a small fish tank, it's gonna stay small. Even though it can grow to be 10, 20 feet.
Right.
If it's kept in a small box, it will not experience that type of growth. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So now when you growing outside the box, meaning that ain't nothing logical about your lifestyle because we don't live in that realm. We
Like
live
you're
in
now no
the
limit person.
supernatural. Like we
Right.
don't, I'm
We're
not
no
finna,
limit.
I'm not, listen, there ain't nothing that surprises me.
Right. It's no
You know what I'm
limit.
saying?
It's no limit over here.
And especially when you grounded in a relationship and y'all on solid ground, right? Y'all grounded, no punishment. You know what I'm saying? Then you have to understand that everything y'all standing on is for good anyway.
Right.
So there's no need to look at anything that's going on sideways.
Right.
Just look it straight up, head on. Sometimes you're gonna have to, in the middle of growth, you're gonna have to get part of growing is also facing a lot of your fears.
I think I talked to Sheeta. I don't know
You
why I
know what
want
I'm
to say this.
saying?
I talked to Sheeta not long ago, and she was like, it's proven that the first year of any relationship is extremely hard.
And if you think about it, extremely hard turns into just we look back at every part we thought was extremely hard,
Hmm.
and we like it was so easy to
It
grow from
wind up
that.
being an illusion.
Because we set
But at the
ourselves at that point.
but at the time experiencing it, I feel like I said, for kingdom couples, because we put God first and
Hmm.
we know how to pray and come together and pray together. I think that's what's making it on. But for the
Right.
people that don't do that, yes,
Man, if y'all just
they
look,
are probably going to fail.
hey, if y'all just tapping in, you know what I'm saying? This is Solid Ground, a featured show every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern
Yeah.
Standard Time. Um, this month, you know, my wife is a special co-host the entire month.
Mm, mm,
And
mm.
we are just talking about different topics that have to do with love. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, creating creating last week was look, I need to look at it, don't
It's
I?
growth and the grace of
But last
God.
week I believe was um, you know,
Amen, Sheeta.
finding a solid foundation in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like building on a solid foundation, put it that way.
Right.
And this week we're tapping into loving through the seasons. You know what I mean? And love is something that you got to do every day, y'all.
Every day.
People be talking like they don't want to love every day. Who don't want to love every day?
You have man. First of all, love is patience. Okay, love is kind. All right, not nice, kind. Because
Big difference.
there's a huge difference.
People are
Kind,
fake being nice. You can't
right?
fake being kind.
Kindness is a part of your soul.
You can't fake being kind.
That's
You
just
hear
a part
me?
of your soul.
You know how they be like,
Okay.
okay. Right? You
Yes.
know they be doing
Amen. You
that.
have to forgive. Exactly. It's quick to forgive. It's patient. It's kind. It doesn't boast. It ain't all puffed up trying to prove itself
Mm-mm.
right all the time. Argumentative. It's non-argumentative. It's self-control. You know what I mean? It endures all. It bears all. You know
Mhm,
what I'm saying? And it, you know, look, it goes
mhm.
First Corinthians 13, y'all. First Corinthians
Y'all see that
13.
GD on the side of the hat? Yeah, God's
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah, he
God's
said,
daughter in the
whoa, whoa,
building.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
loves me. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, but okay, so now
Yeah.
let's okay, so let's say summer. Summer is
Hot.
passion and joy,
Oh.
right? Because summertime, think about
Hot.
it. People be like, "Oh, I'm finna go out here. I'm finna do." You might be a jet skier.
Oh, it's so hot and
If
sweaty.
summer is just a good time to be outdoors and really you able to do everything. I'm saying you ain't gonna sweat, but you at least capable of experiencing different places, more places you can visit, beaches, mountain climbing, and just all types of things. Riding a bike. I used to go out every summer. Couldn't wait because
Mountain
I'll take
climbing,
my
Papa.
kids. Yeah,
You went mountain climbing before?
we used to take trails, hikes. We got a spot called a Mount Helix.
So you mountain climb?
Well, I mean, it's mountain climbing. It's climbing up the mountain. I'm just saying. You
Coming
know what I'm
around that mountain
saying?
when she come. Okay.
Climbing up the mountain. You know what I mean? Especially,
Hikes.
yeah, hikes. Yeah, yeah,
I'm from Texas,
trailblazing.
y'all. So
You
it's
know what I'm
right.
saying? So, and also, so I used to love to take my kids to the beach,
Yeah.
bring their skateboards and scooters, and I go
Yeah.
rent me a bike. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just blaze up and down the boardwalk. Because in San Diego, we got a boardwalk that takes you to like 6 beaches. So
Oh.
it's a long one. It's not no short joint.
Oh, that sounds
You know
so
what I mean? It
lovely.
takes you, it takes you down the ways for real. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
we're on the corner where the farthest south you can go and the farthest west you can go. So
Yeah.
we got that whole corner over there of beaches and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's the whole coast from Mexico all the way up. You know
So
what I
keeping
mean?
it alive.
Yeah, and that's just enjoy, start doing things that you're both passionate about. And guess what? I'm not passionate about it, but she is. So I'm going to indulge in her passion.
Compromise.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try it out because a lot of times you don't know. If something is therapeutic for someone, man, that can be something therapeutic for you.
Yeah,
Like
because I definitely feel the same way. I got us snowboarding trips because he's been looking at all these snowboards. Talking about he one of
snowmobiles,
us.
snowmobiles. Yeah,
Yeah, whatever it's called.
yeah. And then
Now that's not really my thing, but I might like it. I
um,
I can just because when I
she knows she
slide
gonna
in.
lose in the race. But go ahead, baby. You
But
can go.
it seems cool because when I be picking you up sometimes and I be sliding from the snow out here, I be like, wow, I wonder if this how snowmobiling feel.
Snowmobile are gonna have a little
Compromise.
more control to it.
Okay.
It's gonna be less scary.
Because I be like, hold on.
Yeah,
Because
but
it's definitely, we got icebergs out on
but right,
each
like
corner out
yesterday
here.
when I was in full production, of my hats and
Yeah.
of the hat line, holy caps,
Yeah.
and the t-shirts, and like the the piece that I felt just at Walmart shopping for the smallest things was peace to me. When I came home, it's like not that they would have been in my way, but they all just was, they went out. Then when they came back, everybody was around me and was just watching me do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
It
And I was at peace. You know what I'm saying? It was very therapeutic. I like to do. I can spend hours. I sat there for how long?
was a few, because I went to go work out, took the
She
kids
she
to the
went to
recreation center.
and I was in the same place last
Yeah,
night. You know what
when
I'm
I came back, he was in the same spot.
saying? And I was making stickers when she went live. I was making stickers,
Yeah.
and I had, I had a little bit, I had a little, a
Mm-hmm.
little extra. So I was a little,
Yeah.
um, I enjoyed some
It
fruitful
was a
juice.
safe place.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. A little.
A little. I had a little. You know what I'm saying? What up, Goddess Scar? I had a little. You know what I'm
I got
saying?
this.
And the little had me feeling right. It was because it was a
He
beautiful
enjoyed himself.
weekend.
Yeah, it
All we
was a
kept. That's
beautiful
all we say
weekend.
every time. It's like now, ever since my birthday weekend, it's just been like another beautiful weekend. You know what I mean? Because the week be good, man. The week be good. See, I'm one of those that if you wake up, man, you got the choice of it's gonna be good or bad. I'm sorry, but you have a choice. You have a choice to set your mind state at that point to use like, you know what? I woke up this morning. It's gonna be a good day. Some people will be like, well, the day just started. Man, you just threw some, man, you just set up an obstacle for yourself at that point. I'm not into setting up obstacles for us. We don't why would we set up obstacles for one another? You know what I'm saying? You know what I
They be
mean?
talking about I'm always bubbly,
I'm a morning
right?
person. I'm a morning, but when I walk into work, hey, it used to be this guy that used to work with us, and when I walk in,
Opportunity.
hey, when I walk in, he used to
And
be like,
stay bubbly, got it.
hey, Solid, don't come in here with that old positive stuff. And I'll be like, what you mean, bro? Like now I'm finna
That's how
turn it
they
up
do
on
me. I'm
you.
not lying. I've heard that a few times too. Like,
Like
come in
why?
here, you know what I'm
Why do you
saying?
want to be mean and mad in the morning? Like, why do you want
Yo.
that? You know what I'm saying?
They used to be like, don't tell Shishi because Shishi gonna be like, well, just go with the
But you know what that
wind.
be
Go
though?
with the
But you know
flow.
what that be? They really just not used to it, but they like it.
Right. They
It's a
like
good
it, but
feeling.
yeah. So they're just really talking out the side of
And
their
they just not used to it. They don't have no one around them that's like that. Like when they
like
do
they ain't trying to
reviews,
hear all that.
when they do reviews at my job and people just announce, it's anonymous, they'll be saying, hey, Solid is such and such, Solid is this, Solid is
Yeah.
that. And that's what you always hear. That you'd be like, man, he's so easy to talk to. He's always smiling. Um, he's always got a
Yeah.
joke. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Hey,
All
Miss
that. You know what I mean?
Divine.
Miss Divine.
I was gonna say it like that too. I was gonna be like, Miss Divine.
That's see,
But I was trying to get it
she
together.
matches my
I'm
crackhead.
trying to
I'm
get it
telling
together.
you, we got the same
Look,
exact energy. It'd be
Gregory's
funny.
talking about nah, that energy is needed more.
It is.
Period.
It is. It is. And
So
I
many more words for people. Hold on, we got laughing. So so many more words for people like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
bitter, the negative, so many words, but we don't want to, you
But
know
you
what I
know what that
mean?
is? You
They ain't got no love in
no,
their
but you
life.
remember what we just learned?
They needed more
Those
love.
are the names of spirits that they need to
Yeah,
cast out
those
of
are
them.
spirits.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
So sometimes you have to identify
yes.
the enemy to get rid of the enemy. So you have to call it by its name
Call it by its name.
sometimes.
Ask them to identify
Um,
themselves.
yeah, you have to call those spirits by their name sometime. And those characteristics are their names. They could be called as their name.
What Jesus
Um,
say to them? Dumb and deaf.
yeah.
Yeah. And people think God was just calling them
Yeah,
dumb and deaf, but that's what they were. That
that's
was
what
the
they were,
demon.
like that dumbness, that littleness, like that spirit of
That's
my
who the
people
spirit
perish because
was.
they lack of knowledge. That's dumbness, that's ignorancy. You know
Called
what I'm
him by his
saying?
name. So
So
he
you have to
says,
call him by his name. Yeah, he definitely said that because the Lord did not play.
and I think that's why he told
Yeah,
Peter, Satan, get behind me.
yeah, he told Peter Satan get behind me
Because
because he was
that's the
being
spirit that
negative.
had
Yeah,
taken over.
yes, he was
Yes.
being negative. Yeah, you got to call him by his name. So the bitterness, the pride, I command you to leave. I renounce you. I denounce you in the mighty name of Jesus. Get back. So you have to speak these things because the kingdom of heaven is voice activated. So
Absolutely.
speaking of that, we don't want to go too deep in it because we do
Yeah,
have
yeah,
service
yeah,
right
yeah,
after this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
Yeah,
got service.
and
So if y'all want to catch us with
um,
Sunday service,
so
stay
let's talk
tuned.
about the third season, right? Okay.
Yes, the
So
third. Let's
hey,
get back on topic.
for y'all that is just tapping in, this is Solid Ground.
Yes.
The featured show. I am here every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the month of love right now, I have my wife as a co-host for the rest of the month. So y'all for sure to tap in every weekend with us. and just talk about how we find solid ground. So right now we're talking about loving through the storm.
Yes,
Through,
yes,
well, through the
yes.
seasons, okay? And
Loving through the
there is a
season.
stormy season. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And right now we're tapping into the third season, which is autumn.
Autumn.
We're gonna call it autumn. We ain't gonna call it fall because we don't fall. You know what I'm saying? We don't fall. But autumn, if you think about it, is change
The
and
time
maturity.
fall back though.
No, but think about it too. The trees are growing back. They're growing back their leaves.
That's
There's a
more
lot
like
of things.
spring.
No, 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 no. Autumn, fall. They start to drop them.
Fall. They start to fall.
Yeah,
Spring is when everything.
but
Spring
it
is the new year when everything comes new.
well, even in
The
autumn, but
trees,
baby,
the
even in autumn, you
plants.
can say if I drop my leaves, it's working, which means I'm grown. It's part of growth.
Okay, I'll let you have
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Okay, because I'm
You
over
know,
here
it's
like,
right. It's
but
change. There's
okay.
change and there's maturity.
There's
You know what I'm
definitely change
saying?
in autumn. It's
Yeah.
change in autumn. A lot of the deadness is falling off. Yes,
Yes. I mean, your
the
old
deadness.
that old dusty skin is getting lotion on it right now. You know what I'm saying? Go lotion your elbows. You know they crusty. What? Hey, so so so
Okay,
right. So
okay.
so just as the leaves change, love deepens
Yeah,
through life's transitions. The more and more you go through with people, the more and more that love becomes stronger. And a lot of times, like even in the, I got homeboys that the only reason like we so tight is because we went through some stuff together. You know what I'm saying? We really
yeah.
went through it. You know what I mean? Even though that was in another life that we didn't have to go through that, it's
Right.
self-inflicted stuff.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's what says, what? We went through some stuff. Like I got a brother back home. You know what I'm saying? After a few texts today, it fell in line, low key. What I wanted, because I was only telling him something that I cared about. And I'm sure at that moment he grew. And not only did he grow, but if he didn't know that my love is genuine, he found out today. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. He found out today because it
Yes.
was a concern. It was a mistake I seen being made that I made that same exact mistake and I had
Mhm.
to pay for it. So for me to sit back and just watch you crash, I ain't
And
got no
that right
love for
there,
you.
I look at as a form of love as well. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your
Hmm.
partners on game
Yes.
because that's a relationship. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's how I know that my husband is anointed to be a friend. You know what I
Kalo,
mean?
what up?
Anointed to be a friend, and things have changed in your life just like them leaves
Yeah.
changed in autumn. So not only do you change, you show the change to other people.
Hmm.
You give them that experience that you experienced by living it, not just speaking it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you're actually living it. So the change that you change, people can see it, they can feel it, they can taste it, they can smell it. You know what I mean? So that's just like the fruits. Our gifts are not for us, it's for other
It's for
people.
others,
So the gift of you
for those
changing, the
walking by.
miracles of you changing, the way that you changed in your first 48 testimony, how that inspired you and how it helped you, just by you doing that, you're able to help the next person.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And you should, and I think that everybody, when you say that you change, you shouldn't be able to say, you shouldn't have to say it. You should be able
People
to
should be able
show
to
it.
see it.
You should be able to show
Yeah.
it. There's going to be circumstances and things of nature to where you see a friend doing something and you're able to, boom, you know what I mean? They're going to
Yeah.
see that change in you. They're going to see the difference in the conversations. They're going to
And
see these
and the
things.
growth that
Yeah.
you can notice in yourself as well,
Yeah. You,
right? Because there's
everybody,
times you
all
got to
parties
notice
are,
it.
they're
You
for
got to
all
embrace
parties.
it first. You got to embrace your change first
Right.
before others can. You
Right.
understand me?
Yeah. And then and it's gonna seek inside of you.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? The words that you speak become living words. So you're able to speak that
Uh
into
huh.
other people and it actually sticks versus sounding like somebody drunk trying to quote something.
And it's crazy because right,
Like
as much
Proverbs
as I
say.
got frustrated, I didn't show it because in the
Yeah.
beginning it was a battle in text. It was a
Yeah,
text.
I can
It
see
was
it in
a
his
it was a
face. He was
battle.
like,
I was just like, man, he ain't getting it. I almost gave up, but then I just kept going. And I was like, you
I
know
can
what?
see
Let
it.
me just express that this is in love because
Yeah.
I'm only concerned because I care.
Right. And
I'm only concerned because I care. I'm not being nosy.
I think as believers, when we see somebody that we know, somebody that we still decide to keep around us doing something like that, and we feel that inside of us, we didn't choose to feel that. That's our assignment.
Man, we did
It's our
not choose to
assignment.
feel
And
that.
so if you feel like you need to say something or you feel like you need to do something, please do it because obedience is better than sacrifice.
Hmm.
Clearly, it's a reason you feeling like that because you cannot just put feelings inside of you. You're not that great.
Yes.
That is the spirit.
Hey,
Embrace
Goya, yes. Embrace it within yourself, then push it to others. Because
absolutely.
that way
That's the only way how it's gonna
because
work.
you know, now you know
It's
what you're
gonna work.
pushing. If
It's
you don't embrace it yourself and you don't get to know yourself in that space,
that's
how will you be able to
you know what
effectively use it?
you know what that's like, Papa. That's
Ooh,
like that's like you can't tell somebody something if you haven't experienced
come
that
on now,
something. You can't tell them how you gonna tell them how to live in the hood and you never
man.
lived in the hood. You can't tell nobody something that you never been through. If
You
you're not a
can't.
witness to it, then how are you going to
You can't. You didn't bear
give it? You
witness.
have to be a witness to this word. And in order to be a witness to the word, you have to obey. You got to be obedient. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a quote. You're just gonna be talking.
You just talking. And people,
It ain't
people
gonna it
don't
ain't
take.
gonna
You
stick.
could be saying the realest thing on earth, but if I know you ain't living in that space, if I know you ain't that type of person,
Ain't
it's
nobody gonna
not
listen
gonna
to
hit
you.
hard.
Right. That's
It's
like
not going.
somebody
It don't
telling
hit
you,
different when you say it.
it's like somebody telling you how to get rich and they live on Section 8.
Come on now. You want to tell me how to run my business, but you ain't never opened one.
Right. Like what? But somebody that has a business can tell you that exact
It,
same thing
and it hits
and it
different.
smells different.
It's
It hit different.
absolutely
It's a different
because when someone tells you, you can tell the
yeah.
difference because when someone tells you,
Yeah, you can tell
when
there is a
someone's, yeah,
difference.
this is the difference. When someone who has a business tells you about business, it comes with resources and references. When someone who doesn't, they have no resources and no references for you. They just telling you something.
The
And
Holy
that's
Spirit.
the problem that we've all grew through. We were living through other people's perceptions.
A lot of people do that now.
A lot of people still living through other people's perceptions.
Instead of the word.
I'm tripping like, bro, I don't like Crips because my homie was a blood.
Yeah,
Like, come on,
I'm gonna
like
tell you
make
this.
it make
You're either
sense.
living from God's word perspective or the world's
Either
perspective.
there is no other
There's
one.
no
There
in
is no in
between.
between.
You're either getting influenced by other people's stuff or you getting influenced by the word of God.
Mm,
Period.
mm. Cause
And I
see,
choose this way because I don't like listening to people anyway.
because
They
and
just work my nerves.
plus, listen, check this out. When I surrendered to the Lord, the first thing that happened was He took me down visions of every time He stepped up to help me.
Same here. I was
Well,
like,
so what does that mean? That means that He's taking you back through the experiences you've been through, so now you can gain the knowledge from why you went through that.
right.
When others is gonna push their experience up on you, and they don't have nothing to even to back it up. Like what? Oh, don't go down that street because they socking people over there. Okay, you got beat up going down that street because of the way you carry yourself. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Let me walk down that same street. They probably gonna duck into the house. Hey, what up, Dr. Kush? How you feeling? How you feeling? You know what I'm saying? So it is very, very important that we choose to use our perspectives of what we go through, study what we going through. You know what I'm saying? And you
Right.
have to, because if not, you just letting things happen in your life with no
Because
understanding.
I can only tell you some good advice. I can only tell you things I've witnessed. If I ain't
Okay.
witnessed it and I don't know it, I just don't know it.
Okay. Now, but but before we, end real quick, right? We're gonna tap into the last season, which is winter.
Winter,
What are the
ding, ding,
things you have to
ding.
do in the winter?
Bundle up.
Endurance and devotion. Now, love in
Oh,
tough times
endure.
is about commitment and resilience.
I said endure all,
True
bro.
connection is proven. Resilience.
As you darling.
True. What up, daughter? true. True connection is proven when partners support each other through hardships.
Yeah,
Okay. Intimacy isn't just passion, it's about a deep emotional warmth and trust.
yeah.
So,
That warm feeling. That okay. So when you just said that, it reminded me of the warm feeling on the transparency what we talked about in church today. The transparency
yes.
it gives that that intimacy is not romantic,
Nope.
or that romantic intimacy is transparency. You feel me? That warmness. Can I be warm with
That's
my
part
husband?
of, yes.
Can I that warmness is the
Also,
transparency. You know what I'm
also what he
saying?
said, the love making starts before the bed.
Right. The love making is
Mm.
it starts before the
Woo.
bedroom. Okay. And a lot of people think intimacy is romance, and it's not.
Nope.
Intimacy is transparency. Can I be transparent with you? You know what I'm saying? Sexy is, you know what I'm saying? No, it does. It starts before that because that's what makes it so much more. A lot of people just look at it as like the romance and the sex and all of that is that's what it's for. They look at that first, and that's the reason why
and,
they're not
and
fulfilled.
that's why you
And it's
slept, and
toxic.
that's why you slept with people that don't get you
Right.
where you trying to find.
And you
It was
still in the same spot you
yeah,
was at 2 years ago.
yeah, and you went and slept with baby, and she
Right.
didn't
And
get you
she done
there,
cheated
or
on
you
you
didn't
with your
get her there.
homeboy.
You
That's
know what I'm saying? And
crazy.
you like, it's trash,
Right.
man.
Because you're
Listen,
looking at
ain't
things
no
the wrong
intimacy
way.
there, so it's
Right.
all gonna be trash.
Right. If you can't be transparent with somebody, then I feel I really pray that you could feel that one day in your life. But yes, that is the warmness. You know what I mean? That's true. How about that too?
That is absolutely the goal.
That is the
That is absolutely.
goal.
We
You
both
know what I
went
mean?
through it when went through a
Exactly.
abstinence before
Yes.
we got married.
Yes.
You know
We
what I'm
both went through
saying?
that.
And
We did it
until
the
the night we
Bible
got
way.
married, we didn't have sex.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
did it
because a
the
lot of us
biblical
we've been
way.
gone already through the sin. It's just how the world
Right.
is. You know,
Exactly.
it wasn't made for us to do it that way.
But
You know
when
what I'm
you when
saying?
you but when
But
we
when you
start
learn,
learning and when we start when you know better, you do
you got
better.
time to check
So
that sin. You got time to
yeah.
check that sin. You know what I'm saying? You got
A
time
moment that
to
makes
to to
both
repent.
parties vulnerable. Yes. So you want to be with somebody, like I said, that you can have intimacy with, because not just romance. You need transparency. Okay. So you want to make sure you can stay warm with somebody in that type of way,
Hmm.
because if y'all just sleeping around and y'all just, you know what I'm saying, love making it, and y'all and it is just in the bedroom, I really feel bad for you.
Man, listen here.
You know what I'm
It's
saying? Because that's gotta suck.
and you got to understand that what the
Yeah.
marriage is actually God's choice for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it comes to being
But
intimate with others, when it comes to that, like that marriage is a gift from God.
right. And people think that marriage is just for procreating and
No,
for
and for paperwork
pleasure,
and
paperwork or
for
pleasure.
tax write
That
offs
is the
and like
biggest lie
biggest
ever
mistake.
told. Do you know how powerful kingdom couples are? Ooh, we'll talk about that one day. But yes,
Man, listen
this
here.
yeah.
Hey, if y'all, man, listen, if y'all just tapped in, look, we apologize. We are coming to the end of season
Yes.
2, episode 5 on solid ground.
Get set
And
up on
let me tell you
TikTok.
like this here. Every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch us here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This whole month, me and my wife will be on here discussing different topics, to do with love and relationships. You know what I mean? And we
Amen.
just, pray that y'all all get something from it. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid next time to pull up and jump into the conversation with us. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Y'all are more than welcome to jump in the box and chop it
Facts.
up with us. You know what I mean? You can
Yes,
catch these
yes.
episodes on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? ASAP. You dig?
ASAP.
So, hey, I appreciate everybody. I'm your host, Solid. This is my wife, Shishi, God's daughter. And look, we got a sermon coming up next. We're going to get a little deeper into the word.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
if y'all still around, you know what I'm saying? Just stick around. You know what I'm saying? We just going to end this episode with the clip with the song, though. You feel me, though?
Yeah.
So, until next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
Yeah, yeah.
man, y'all make sure y'all stay blessed and be a blessing to somebody else this week.